that I would put responsibilities onto Dobu, but I want him to be the kind of a key piece in making this work, because before he joined the Eruption side, before he took over in-game leading roles, he was actually one of the stars on the previous team in NKT, and then he made this adventure. He's taken that plunge back into Mongolian CS and helped elevate this squad, and I think he has done so to a certain degree, but we've lost some of that fragging firepower. Something that we got excited about quite a lot was Dobu, and I want him to be the forward man, you know, get off to a nice early precedent, because especially starting CT side, maybe that's important to force Rare Adam back.
Tone is being set. Look at this mid push. Straight down. 2 players. Yami and Coolast. Up close. 5 players in second mid for Rare Adam. This is a Mexican standoff. Who's going to spot each other versus players in underpasses? Players deep towards T-spawn. Getting a little bit frisky. I can't believe a bullet hasn't even hit for either team just yet. As they seed a lot of that mid control. Wow, how is nobody taking damage? Shinobi's taking 10 HP of damage, and there's been so many fights. Here we go, exploding out of mid. It's getting very intriguing as Mercury collects the first. Fury taking some shots, but it's not to be. As Mercury lights up the server, he's looking brilliant in this round. Bomb soon to be planted. Kaze slowing down rotates as well. Coolest might collect him, but not to be. Kaze drive-by shooting, and this is looking amazing now for Rare Adam.
I think job's done. Yami's far too low to make this work, and no kit on either of the 2 remaining players. Great initial kills, and looks like Eruption are going to be forced to bow out. Fury's still taking a few shots at it. He's in a pretty committed spot, but now that he can tuck, he's not actually going to save anything, really. No armor, so no value. Killed, but that'll be all he gets. Yami already left. Trying to preserve his armor. I think he took that bullet straight to the head, so should be able to get a nice helmet alongside it in the following round. It's a nice, clean, and a very strange start to how that pistol was going to play. Like you said, so many warning shots, just no connections, and then Rare Adam actually just hit the weaker of the 2 sides. Only 2 on A, and they got overwhelmed.
Almost conventional warfare with the number of bullets that are flying around before any real damage is done. Eruption, though, even if they lose the round, I still feel like they're trying to set the tone with that sort of pistol round, but they're not going to roll over and die. They're not just going to give this up and not mount some sort of attempt. There's nothing to lose for them. There's nothing to lose. They're a map down. They've lost their map pick. They're in a matchup where they are significant underdogs. Maybe this round is even showing even more. And it's kind of like, there's actually no pressure anymore for Eruption. There's no pressure whatsoever. You lose this game, nobody's going to think bad of you. You're up against probably the best team in the region alongside IHC. And, yeah. You're really meeting your match here.
Yeah. I think you're right on the money. At least if you're going to go down swinging.
Yeah, exactly. If you play like... a word I almost said. If you play a bit reserved and give it up, that's not the way you want to go out. And also, if you want to take a pragmatic angle of their development as a team, you've got to play your own game here. You can't get in your own heads and play wacky Counter-Strike and, you know, super passive, give Rare Adam too much respect, because you want to learn from this experience. You want to actually give it everything. Throw your best Counter-Strike in the mix.
Yeah, don't be afraid to take risks if you feel it's what the round requires. Rare Adam may need to be put in some uncomfortable positions. I know Eruption were thrown through the paces in our lower bracket final, but they're here now. And they have the... well, I guess it's not the prettiest picture to paint, but they're likely to get steamrolled in this round. Still an SMG afloat, and simply USPs. A nade stack looking to be lined up. Yami already tagged on the sole A defense. Instead of backing up, he moves forward.
Eyes on JamYoung. Will he clear the corner? Oh. Oh. Hands out. Hands out. It was... I guess it's his best chance of an insta-kill. Actually, no. Did he have a 5-7, didn't he? I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what did. Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a fun time. Distracted.
And the nade stack that Eruption wanted to use in this round did a resounding 0 damage. No one went towards Banana, so no one was even there to see it. Well, a rather amicable end. A lot of these low buys that we saw on Ancient, they got a little scrappy. We had some dinks, we had some duels, very heavily clustered up together, and there will be some damage done in the embers of the round, but that bomb down. Keep weapons, no reason for Mercury to fight, but he just secures his exit. For Float and Eruption, first gun round. This is where I really hope the tune changes. It can't all be smooth sailing here for Rare Adam. They didn't have to play as many games as anyone else because they just sailed through the upper bracket into the finals.
Well deserved. Of course, in over the years, we've had a lot of different ways of giving that upper bracket team an advantage, be it best of 5 or 1 map up, or in rare cases there have been veto advantages, this sort of thing. And don't underestimate how valuable it can be not playing that extra series, especially when the one earlier for Eruption was a full free mapper. A quick 2-0, that isn't too draining, but anything extended, especially if you're on early to prepare and get into the zone, definitely a considerable advantage for Adam just in the fatigue camp coming into this sort of series.
I might have shaken their confidence as well. That was a scrappy game. I wonder if that will play a part here on Inferno. Something that they had to play. We got some very unconventional rounds played out, but this is looking to follow convention thus far here from Rare Adam. Series of flashes, util sails over, Molotov at their feet, but they find Fury, team past the smoke, shinobi, ding, and full blind, but still chased down. It didn't matter. He ran out of bullets in the chamber, and he wasn't ready for them to be in his face so quick. Kaze getting the bomb planted, and a 3-on-4 where they've invested into the AWP. Sure, they've got some util, but no kit on any of these players. They want to back off and save.
Yeah, if someone had presented themselves, maybe that's just enough of an impetus to go for it. But Rare Adam, very, very conserved. Now they're playing out these late rounds. That looked awful for Rare Adam as they were running in. There was a smoke down. They were trying to get around a molly. Crossfire on the bomb site from Eruption. And somehow Mosaic gets onto that little ledge by first. Gets the first kill. Dances around. Flashbangs are exploding everywhere. And gets the second. And then that's round over. I mean, it wasn't pretty, but they made it work.
Okay, they kind of lost rhythm. There was no pace and scaling into the site once they committed into the smoke. They just got hit by flash after flash after flash. Well, one gap between those flashes, and that was all Mosaic needed to see.
On we go. Still a buy for Eruption, of course, off the back of those 3 saves. Some nades exchanged on Banana, favouring this deep smoke of Rare Adam. To make it a little bit harder to have that information and clear it. Flashbang is good, though. It's perfect. JamYoung. Entry collected. Okay, Mosaic on his own. Whatever. Still 4-4.
Losing a player B is not ideal. YamYoung will try and re-aggress, and JamYoung back offered up. That will be the AWP recovered, but they've lost another player. Thing is, Molotov in from Dobu does find a trade, and so they hold an advantage. Eruption will squeak out with the numbers. YamYoung well considering the flank, and Advent a dead man walking. Kaze all that's left. And he will take the place of his team leader, only to find that AWP round the corner still. Hard round to win, and they're all over him. Fury doesn't let him escape. Could have reset, could have ran B. They were 3A. First round for Eruption.
Much needed. Chaotic stuff. I'm not sure really what happened there on Banana. I don't know if... I assume the CT play was boosted on the half wall. He might have jumped from car, but that would have been a bit exposed. But clearly the Rare Adam player down Banana had no clue.
I think we saw Fury do that against Lynn, didn't he? He jumped half wall and then kept pushing forward. That was like one of the more crazy rounds, but...
Yeah, that was more of a set take. It was surprising how late he did it there. I think it's actually enough, but stuck in towards the room. Amazing that Advent only takes a little sliver of damage for that. Had more as more nades are raining over. And despite starting there with 3B Eruption and actually churning out a lot of nades early, they have seen a good chunk of this control. Now they're going back in, but they've shown 3B, and I think Rare Adam know it.
Called their bluff, though. Fury clears bottom B, and so rotates are en route here for Eruption. That gap over towards long isn't going to be a gap much longer. The thing is, smokes bloom in their face. They could set up for a flash to peek on in, and Dobu will try and cheat past that, but that's not where the brute force of the aggression is here from Rare Adam. It's only Mercury that lingers by. The rest of the squad trapped at short.
It's not looking good at all. There is a molly on Mazea. That's going to hit Pit. Yami still got a smoke to play around though for the moment. It's a little bit awkward. Mazea finds one, JamYoung with another. Dobu trapped in towards Graveyard. Just needs to buy time. The flank of Fury is going to secure this. Shinobi even from Library does even better. And yeah, in the midst of that, Fury pushed the deep banana smoke and caught, I think it was Kaze, still in towards mid. And that took all the stopping power out of that wrap. It was so hard to, continue as the T-side from there.
Yeah, I wondered why they'd slowed down so much, but in the chaos, you see it clearly. You see clearly. Well, this will be the last one in the that they can actually bank on here for Rare Adam. Some rifles brought forward. Kaze back in with the AWP. These site takes have not looked the most convincing. Slayer, they've got all these people down, not missing any of it, but now Fury showing his wrath. Double kill. They lined up perfectly for him, so two of those rifles got JamYoung a trade. Shinobi right behind him, but that's the last player on B, and it's still in a 3-on-2 where a smoke down CT means that they have no sight line in.
No real nades here for Coolers. He just has a flashbang. Dobu now, though, is on location. He's got a full belt. Mercury checks the boost. Looks like... guess the rifle is going up on top. That's Dobu. Can I try it back? They know that two are in towards CT. That's good knowledge of angles. As Advent hits the deck, and now it's looking real tricky for Mercury. Bomb soon to be recovered. Molly is actually going to land right on top of it. Make it a bit more tricky. Tags down on Patad. And Mercury's just praying for a duel. But Eruption, maybe not always famed for their conservative actions, are being so careful here. Look at this. No options, no chances presented to Mercury.
Yeah, he knows he's boxed in, and they are giving him so much room. Well, he's smoking a Molotov down. Mercury will be able... oh, never mind. Had the room to do it, but get spammed straight through that smoke. Now they're biting at the heels of Rare Adam. Nice start to this game, but Eruption are right back into the swing of things.
Bizarre round from Rare Adam. I think they wanted to walk into B with all five. Because they could have flashed and then swung from the little cubby where the broom is. Try and, clear top banana, but they didn't. They just kind of sat there for ages. And I don't think they expected in a million years Eruption to actually contest that control fully in the end. They paid the price for that. I think Rare Adam should just stick to standard default Counter-Strike. It worked well on earlier maps. And in this sort of matchup, you'd think their ability to mid and late round should be stronger than their adversaries. Mazea finds it first. Shinobi's in a bit of trouble. Oh no. Pistols out. Frags found. Not like this, Eruption.
Could well be. It doesn't do a whole lot. And the man advancing rifle recovered. Advent safe enough from the spam. It's a misalignment there from Yami. They've got util, they've got kits. They can leave this one try. Do they actually think that they are favored here? Some solid post plants and a flank established. JamYoung, if he finds a time, he can get Coolest in the back. He's trying to set up for flashes for his teammates, and Coolest is gone. So now CT is suddenly exposed. Dobu tagged to low HP, and while Mercury stands at that first port of call, suddenly they can get on that bomb. JamYoung, AWP out, and first killed there, and the trades are immaculate here from Rare Adam. They leverage that one-man advantage on that post plant to perfection.
What a round to lose if you're Eruption. Just as you're getting some traction in this map, you finally break the money, you put them onto pistols, and you can't convert it. Your money now is significantly dented. Thank God they had a little bit in reserve. Rifles are good. Nade count, not so great. We need to get these onto the B players or what? They're going to have so few options. Fury does have a molly. And a Smokies with Shinobi, who does not have a Molotov. Limited choices here on B. They can't really fight for banana control. And Coolest feels like he needs to take a dual Kaze, though. Top spawn, out wide. Advantage for Adam. They're out for blood.
Goodness.
What?
Huh?
Check PC. Please. Messiah. He's the Messiah right now. What a gut punch for Eruption. Just they were looking good in this map. Last 2 rounds. Not even a sniff of it.
I just don't know. First off, the peak from Coolest. I don't think I've seen a single AWPer peak like that and come away with a kill so late. Like, he's just hoping that they're caught off guard. If Kaze wasn't sort of swinging wide with that AWP, they both had a similar idea. It's just Kaze was more committed. It's not a round to talk about here for Eruption. A total breakdown, and Kaze, his double was great. Mosea's just as impressive, and a timeout called. That's not what they had planned for the start of that one. Guarantee you that much.
Quick discussion. This one has to be a pretty heavy eco for the defense. It's a really tough one for them. Because I really believe on this map, in this sort of matchup, if Rare Adam just play standard Counter-Strike, I don't think Eruption are going to have a lot of openings. And that makes it really hard for them to call. How do you know what to go into? Seen some banana rounds. I guess they didn't have the nadage last time to really exploit that option. That will not be a problem in the following, assuming they stop buying so much here. And yeah, maybe that is the route. Maybe fight banana even harder.
I think even if we look back at some of those previous rounds, Fury being as assertive as he has over a banana has been a massive saving grace. Found a good timing to peek into banana. Kaze misses his AWP shot, and while he was boosted, they won't stick around to find out just how many Eruption players are here. They know they're taking that territory, and Yami's cleared through with the mag, but he can't escape. Mercury went back to check it, and he just couldn't find the doorway.
Cartoonish. As he tries to escape, mid control from Rare Adam. So we're scooting, rollerblading our way into long. Mercury collects another head for his kill Cali today.
I don't know.
Why are they doing this? Did you see the player last round that took the size of the M4 A1S? Coolest trying to make some work done, but
what was even weirder about that? What was so weird about that was that his USP didn't have the sound on, but I was hearing the sound's USP
even
sound.
better.
Yeah, mega confusing.
They need to stop taking these silencers off. That's the whole point. Use the other guns. If not,
yeah, not everybody's a P2K enthusiast. Only a select few. Shinobi could find an exit and could find his hands on an AWP if Kaze wait, and well, he had his Tech 9 drawn, so ready for a dynamic duel. Oh yeah, okay, that
house party.
Different directions with that one, yeah.
Yeah. Should come to the ones I go to. They're pretty vicious.
Oh, I'm sure
a
they
lot
are.
of fun. But we'll skirt around that. Out of risk of my job. On we go. 7 for Rare Adam. CTs don't have an AWP. Nades is better. It's pretty good. I mean, just Dobby the sacrificed a little bit. There's actually no kit, which one of them could have sacked head on the flat. I mean, there's obviously AKs and an AWP across the board. Unless you're so scared of cars they drive by and you're on the Tech 9. But yeah, they could have used that one. Banana take on the cards. Double molly down, one for tree, one for the broom. They need to deep smoke this because right now it's kind of unconfirmed control. There it is. It comes out from Dobu. Reaction though is Rare Adam starts to clear mid. Remember earlier on, they tried for this early A hit, and Fury fast flanked. So eyes on that. And actually, Rare Adam have burnt a lot of time here An A committal might not be a good idea. There's 4 in defense. Fury locking down Bananas, allowing this over-rotation. Mercury on his own gets the first dob. He swings without a flash. Mercury takes a lot of damage for his trouble, but he put the fear of God into this CT side, coming through the soak. Shinobi gets nothing done. It's just Cool Ass. They should know he's on in and around the site. Certainly do now. Just 13 HP. How does he even make it 2? Staying alive for now, but Fury was already saving. He is nowhere near his teammate. Getting engulfed now is Cool Ass. It was a great attempt, but way too much to ask of one player.
Yeah, I mean, surprising doubles from both Mercury and Coolest alike made it hard to call for Eruption. Like you said, Fury had already made up his mind. Well, I guess we were saving, but Coolest had no escape. He had to fight out of that situation. I didn't think that was going to work. Those smokes landed at arches at a timing that was worse than the last time they attempted the A hit. Last time they were at least caught behind the smokes. This time they were ahead of it, and it actually ended up working out. Mercury got his first, and then spun.
Have you ever played any of the Total War games?
No, I'm familiar.
Presumably you know what they are. Right, so I've played a lot of Rome Total War, the first one, and it has like a so you can make all your men flee and leave the battlefield. But sometimes, if they're like really engaged in combat, they'll just fight to the death and not run away. And that was what was going on there. Fury was fleeing. Someone pressed the big white flag button, but his teammate Coolest couldn't run. He was in there to the grave, and I admire that.
Oh, we've all learned something new.
Yes. I aim to educate.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
A healthy comparison.
No! No!
Just about the one thing that could go wrong did.
Oh my lord. Shooting gallery. That's awkward. But it's not going to matter. Bomb is down on A, and if you're one of those A players, you honestly have to just take your hands off the keyboard. You're just like, what is this? Why does the heavens hate me?
Also, what did they do to warrant that spam? I mean, the smoke was a little suspicious, but get double headshot straight through it by JamYoung is not how that's supposed to go.
I think he's spamming. If you wanted to double nade to where JamYoung is now in the T ramp, I guess you'd be on the boarding side. I think that's actually what he wanted to do. And then they're just right in the line. Oh, that's absolutely. It's so, yeah, it's so horrifically painful. It's like, you know when you watch Frozen Planet or something, and like, or one of the Attenborough shows, and then there's, you know, a big wild animal like a polar bear taking down the seals or something. That's what that was like. It was so beautifully disgusting and gory. It was amazing.
But natural. And sometimes kills like that are simply... You're going to have to put them out of your head. Like you said, throw your hands off your keyboard and mouse and say, what can you do? We got a lot to fight for here in this round, though. Could still recover this half. That is always a possibility. Eruption need to show us what they got. No tricks this time. Coolest just stands his ground, and we'll go through a Molotov to retreat into the bomb site. Yami tanked a fair bit, too. You can see the concern that they might have wrapped in towards long, but Rare Adam pumped the brakes after realizing that got that kill and got away so quick.
Still have smokes. Mid-control as well for Rare Adam. They've just fully seeded Banana as a re-smoke comes in. Shinobi clears. Quite confident now that nobody's in the vicinity. And Rare Adam equally will be well aware. The Banana control has been fully seeded. Yami clears up, and that actually allows Eruption position to go back to 2 on B, and Mercury has no idea. This round is crumbling. Time is dwindling a tad, as well as Mazea's trying to work his way up close. There's surely to be a flashbang in a second as JamYoung lines it up for his teammate. But Mazea, too late. Shinobi peeks, he's on the angle, and now 2 on 5. I mean, you got the money to still go for damage. And I guess that's best case scenario from here.
got enough to fund the next 2 rounds. So, yeah, they're going to go for it. Not a whole lot of time to play with, and they have to go through that smoke. JamYoung gone, and Kaze probably not long behind it. Saving the AWP isn't the worst of the 2. Of course, the most expensive weapon, they will likely want to rebuy into it. So if you are thinking funds-wise, it's pragmatic, but Eruption, a clean takedown here to get their 4th.
Improved. We enjoyed that. Eruption. We'd love a close game here. Ancient might have had a semi-close scoreline in the end, but Rare Adam was so far ahead. And they swapped onto the defense and looked even better. Very intriguing. Very intriguing. Eruption, if they get up to 6, maybe we've got a game on our hands. Maybe they can convert pistol. Maybe they get an early reset in the second half. All of these things could conspire to make it close, but in the here and now, it's hard to bet against Rare Adam. Fast banana take, mega aggressive, nades exchanged. Mercury, hungry for jewels, plays in front of the Molotov. And there it is, flashes in, Fury down, Shinobi called upon next, nades in hand. You don't want to do that against this man. Mercury's out for blood. Blood in the water, and he's a shark. Back of new box, Shinobi's in the open. This round is over. Pull the ripcord right now, Eruption. You need to save.
This was perfectly done, perfectly executed, and all about how much they can keep here on the Eruption side, because they know they're completely out of this round. One more kill is what they'll find, and are they tempted in by this? It seems like Yami's still trying to contain. Should just be about bowing out. So that's just a perfect set of utility there from Rare Adam. It was like a scaling execute. As soon as they took that contact over towards Banana, the Molotov, you saw the transition into the bomb site there from Shinobi. It landed at his feet just as they were attacking the site, and then he was hit by a follow-up flash as well. It just felt like the utility was so well placed in rhythm with the hit and the space that Mercury was taking.
So much potential for the initial kind of fight from Mercury to get out of hand. There were so many bodies down, but they stayed calm. They had that God Flash ready to go. Peaks and Fury's a dead man. And the ability to stay composed in those situations is what excites me about Rare Adam more than a lot of teams in this region. They've got work to do, sure, when they're playing elite level teams, but versus their domestic adversaries, Rare Adam is so much more depth in these sort of procedures. And that really is what wins Counter-Strike. It's all in the mid-rounding. It's all those fast decisions. And Eruption need another good decision here. 5's a requirement, I think, going into the second half.
And he's breathing. Oh, triple A setup. That's not one that we're too unused to seeing. Does leave this B bomb site vulnerable though. Shinobi does have a smoke, and as he jiggles, Util sailing over, he'll throw that smoke right at the feet of Rare Adam as they move their way in. Problem is, I think they have a hard read on this. They don't bat an eye. They don't even hesitate taking this site, and now they're called the all clear. A 5-on-5 for a retake. Just gotta keep eyes on Mercury though. JamYoung's thin the herd slightly, but will Mercury ever activate? Because he's just making sure they don't get flanked.
If there's any other round, they might consider saving, but of course have to go for this. Flashes in. Those are out from Yami. Over the top. 2 players, Emo. Mazea up first. Gets the kill. Still playing wide. Shinobi soon to peek. Yami juggling around guns. It looks really awkward. Fury is there. Shinobi gets another. Is getting a little bit close for a few seconds. 2-on-2 now, but there's so little time remaining. Mercury's back. And actually, they pulled it off. They have time. What a retake from the CT side, as somehow in this game, Eruption is staying alive.
Listen to the beat, the sound of my heart. It will be alright. Just to make a start. Feel it close to you, like a wind. Say it again, set me free. Feel it close to you, like a wind. Say it again, set me free. Set me close to you, like a wind. Say it again, set me free. Feel it close to you, like a wind. Say it again, set me free.
Second half here on Inferno. Tactical timeouts kick it off as bit of a breather, I guess, for this Eruption squad. As a reminder for everybody watching map 1, that was Ancient. Rare Adam clinched that one in the end, despite being Eruption's map pick and a map we don't have the most confidence in. Rare Adam. We're on to Inferno, one of Rare Adam's best maps, one of the maps they will play against international competition and put up stellar results. And that's why we're very nervous as we flip into the second half. They're already on double digits, and Eruption, well, quite frankly, they need a miracle to turn this around.
They took a timeout, and they really wanted to make sure that they get this, and you can totally understand why. They could suddenly start to feel a little bit more comfortable. Verada would be in a position where Eruption could actually bridge that gap quite quickly. We'll have to see if that extra time will pan out. Mercury spotted on the cross, but very defensive on the initial opener here for the pistol. The positions were just about garnering information, really.
I'm going to talk you through what happened in freeze time here for Rare Adam. So Advent looked at JamYoung and said, can you buy me some Julies? He's like, yep, I'll hand those over. Can I have a smoke and a flash too? He's like, well, then I'll have nothing. He's like, well, I'm the in-game leader. Well, I say goes. And JamYoung has used all his money to bolster Advent.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah, that's a good pickup.
And you give it to the least mechanical player on the team as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit bizarre. Well, I guess we can't fault them too much. They've had a good day, but almost comedic how that one's played out. Fury with the smoke. That's presumably going over towards the library side. Indeed, it's the wrap smoke. They got some options off the back of this. They're going to eventually end A, given where the bomb is guided at the moment. Shinobi has no idea. Kaze in behind. Shinobi jumping around like a headless chicken. He definitely his head does now. JamYoung into his grave. Got a teammate on balcony. Kaze can't get anything more, but Mercury can. Oh my lord, some good frags from Eruption. They needed this pistol, and it's looking good so far.
Now, all those things that were bought for Advent, the kit's not one of them. Not even possible. in fact, and nobody has one in transition here for Rare Atom either. But they do have that smoke, they do have that flash, and Advent can be a space creator here for Mosea. Flash over, Coolest in a grave, and will find the perfect timing. First kill there, Advent with one right back, and he knows he's out in the open and will get swarmed. Good spacing there in the post plant there, and Eruption, they take it.
Much needed. And of course, we're painting a picture where Eruption turned this series around. Pissed around's going to help there. Now, second test. We've seen Rare Atom saving a lot of these second rounds. And this one looks no different. And actually, Inferno's a map where basically everyone would fall second. It's just so strong. There's so many choke points. And yeah, Rare Atom not scared to break the mold with this sort of save.
Yeah, one where you want extra Molotovs and HEs. All the bells and whistles. So, a force buy could have played out. But they've been good on these USP rounds as well. Shouldn't fall away from them. Fury's that first man in, and that SMG is already paid for itself. Mercury does eventually get one, but double kills on both the max. That's 2,400 added to the funds here for Eruption.
Cheeky. 4 alive. They'll be happy about that. As the guns are out in play. What's the buy looking like for Rare Atom? As you kind of prefaced, the real risk of not forcing second isn't, you know, not having the weapons then. It's going into the first gun round, not having full utility or an AWP. And that's what we're seeing. One molly on Mercury, another on Kaze. It looks like we're juggling nades, presumably onto the B players, as Mercury seeds some of his nadage to that side of the map. And pretty default stuff so far. Eruption just doing some apartments control.
There's also a choice there for Kaze if he wanted to glass cannon AWP, but seems comfortable enough on a rifle and knows that this round is important. Nice peek there from Yami. Very tough angle there for Mercury. And there will be damage reciprocated, but not quite as much as he's done onto one of the heavy hitters for this Rare Atom squad. Any presence inside of the apartments means that they'll have to be hyper-conscious on that position. I kind of like that Mercury has stayed in grave as well. Not something that they'll anticipate for him to have been spotted earlier on. Fury tried to move past the Molotov right into 2, and so Dobu dips.
They've seen one of the B players. They know it's solo B right now. They know it's solo B. So it's a good mid-round call from Eruption. Smoke is going to block. Advent comes through on his own flashbang. Actually, waits a little bit. Sliver of a gap on the right. As long as he makes it to the side, he's okay. And now it's looking a lot better for Rare Atom. Tucked in. On the side, it's Advent. We've got Mosea in towards Coffins. Kaze is in CT. He's got a flashbang as well to help out his teammates. And it's Ringer Rosie as Eruption are turning back with 2 players. The bomb is still B. And it feels like they're caught in 2 minds. 24 seconds and you're essentially faking the A bomb site. It's pulling 2 more players. This is absolute madness out of the T side. Trades are there. As Dobu's finding frags and pit, he makes it 2. Advent's trying to move. And they pull off the impossible. What was that call?
That was, yeah, that was crazy to make because the initial response there from Rare Atom was perfect. They had no more utility to re-exec on either bomb site, so they split up, searched for clues, and that bomb did not move. And now a double setup in construction. Coolest trying to swing and keep Shinobi alive. They didn't full clear it. Mosea went in, back turned, and JamYoung can find a trade. Second kill so far, but needs 3, and Coolest just simply tucks away. JamYoung caught jumping, but he still gets it. Enough time here on the defuse as well. This will be a Rare Atom round.
Roller coaster doesn't even begin to describe this one. JamYoung was jumping. Mid-air. Mid-air. And still lands on the coffins in time to readjust and get the shots off. Eruption. Oh my lord. They made the ballsiest call I've seen for a long time to split up 2-2 in a 4-on-4. And send players in towards... It's absolute madness. Absolute madness. And they made it work. They got to do an afterplant. And Shinobi wasn't even checked. Crikey.
They bought the fake where just so ambitious. right.
Even Advent was moving. They were so convinced that it had to be A. Who in their right minds would be running 2 players up short with 20 seconds left?
It's funny you mentioned that.
Not ending A.
It's funny that you mentioned that as well, because I feel like Rare Adam do so many stacks on Inferno in particular. I think a map where a lot of teams do perform that, and it's your in-game leader that makes that call. So sometimes you'll see rounds where they even 5-stack the A bomb site because they just are so sure, so adamant, and it works out very frequently for them. Well, here, they have to work for every single Advent. Wasn't sure if those flames would spread, but being extra certain.
I'm not sure that would have spread.
Usually spreads forward, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, it spreads away from the direction you're throwing it always. Maybe they could have got away with that. Dobby thinks he's being spammed from the boost, but he's not. Just to play down the bottom. And they've committed to playing in this cubby. Advent is still there. He really needs his teammates to take contact, but it doesn't matter. Flash is bad. Fury down. Working together. JamYoung with another. These players are so low. It's just cool. Any HP to his name. Dobu does get the trade. But with this sort of HP remaining, the pressure on Coolest now to walk in and remove a scalp is absolutely immense. And they're juggling guns. Worst time. Bogdan's Lord doesn't help in this accord.
And Kaze yoinks that up. Thank you very much. It juggled straight into his hands instead. Is another timeout called? No. Minor tech. But down to a likely... Do you buy here, actually, on Eruption? Second round loss.
No, I think it's not quite that bad. If it was 14-7, sure.
Yeah.
But they got a little bit of breathing room. It's really rough because they don't have money get some pistols out and keep the money down. We're hearing from production. Sounds like not a massive issue, just a bit of a team speak issue. We want all the players communicating well, hearing each other smoothly and softly, and hopefully be back underway soon because we're right to the zenith this series of the entire qualifier. In fact.
Yeah, already a map up in the series. Rare Adam are already looking at flights.
Yeah. We certainly are.
I think it'll be a great chance for them as well. Didn't get to go to Melbourne last time. That was Wings Up. People were talking about them for
yeah, it was
quite some
indeed.
time.
It was indeed Wings Up.
Yeah. Who have Child King. It's kind
Child King, Bingo, all the boys, Lan, Gas. Who's the 5th? I can't remember.
You said like all of them, and I'm now struggling. The last one is always the hardest.
Lan, Gas, Bingo, Child King. Lan is the AWPer, so it must be another rifler. Oh my lord. It will come to me.
Yeah, I'm struggling here. Was it Martin?
That sounds right. Did he leave right after?
I think he got benched. I won't pretend like I'm deep in the lore. Not that deep in the source.
I think it was, because now they got flying, but I feel like he joined after. Anyway, we're back in the action.
Yeah.
We're old men, our brains are going.
I was bringing up Wings Up basically because they beat OG, they beat EG, Party Astronauts, one of the many EG teams. People were raving about them. Didn't go much further than that, but still nice wins to have.
Awkward. Okay,
Definitely.
well, thank God the Beyond the Grave multikill holds some players at bay. There's not any nades to cut off Mercury, and, well, that's a Mercury spray if I've ever seen one. Didn't make any sense. Second kill is ridiculous. And Advent's here on site, so, okay, breathe. They got a little bit nerve-wracking over towards the short side.
Yeah, they weren't even trying to make that a feasible round. They were going for damage and seeing what they could find. Bomb was still T steps. And if they'd grabbed some rifles, maybe they could think about it. And it'll take some extra time to do that thinking. 13 already achieved here for Rare Adam. Getting very, very close to living lavish. Sitting back, sitting pretty. One of the 2 teams out of the Asia region that seem to be able to get to international tournaments. And Eruption, you know, we talked about it a little bit earlier. You bring up a fantastic point. At least if you're going to lose, you know, the pressure's off. You lost your map pick. You know that you're massive underdogs. Don't go down with just a whimper.
Fireworks. If you're going to lose now, send it. Full pace.
I hope this was a motivational speech as opposed to a strat call for Eruption, in all honesty.
Yes. Yes. A Braveheart level speech. In the timeouts. This is for freedom. Here we go. On the brink of elimination. They've had a brilliant tournament so far. They've also looked great in a lot of the Challenger League games as well. So Eruption, they're coming alive. But they might have met their ultimate adversary here. Rare Adam looked shaky early on in this qualifier, especially against Eruption yesterday. But this is a Rare Adam with only one goal, one expectation. Melbourne in the crosshairs. And maybe soon to be Eruption players as well. Rare Adam are looking stunning today in these two maps.
Nothing just yet here for Eruption. They've planted Shinobi into Banana. He runs with no utility, but now they clear brackets. So that's a standard push-pull. And the thing is, Calvin's already MVP. Flash will be enough to force him back. And there won't be a smoke blooming arch side. Counter Molotovs deployed here for Rare Adam. They've already shown some presence. They have forced Rare Adam back slightly. Kaze even in front of the library smoke. Kind of calling their bluff here. The counter utility has been great from Rare Adam. As soon as they meet some resistance, they implement stopping power themselves, and now they put their tail between their legs over towards B. Bomb is with them, but they're still split here on Eruption, not making their commitment just yet. Only one player trails in, and that's Shinobi running light. There's only two players at A, and that bomb is looking to convene there. 20 seconds.
Has to be this way. JamYoung tucked into Graveyard, holding the bike jump up. There is a first kill on the site, but for Yammy's not ready for it. Bomb is forced to get it planted, safe to Grave. That is such a lucky move, but all the teammates are down. Just Dobu. Just Dobu to save Eruption. There's a player out wide. There's Kaze from Library. And JamYoung makes it work. His teammate couldn't offer anything. That was Mercury, but it doesn't matter. Rare Adam up to 14.
Yeah, JamYoung, I think, was just trying to deny that plant. He knew the time was low. He knew his teammate was gone. And then he was surprised by a back offered up, so he had to suddenly be called into action. Scary stuff. And JamYoung, a pit fiend, will sit and plant his feet there for the majority of rounds. But one of the few instances where he goes grave, and it catches Eruption out.
They heard us calling,
one more.
Though. They heard us, though. That was a bonkers call to end the round. Absolute madness.
Yeah.
Trying to poke B and work A and go out long, and then last minute change to hitting A. It's wild, it's wacky, it's crazy. And it might seem insane to say, but up against the Rare Adam, those rounds might even be your best chance. If you're just pushing them around the map so much. JamYoung, if he goes down there early and grave, if Yami checks it, that round looks very, very different. But it wasn't to be. Slow default here for Eruption as they had to force into this one. And utility's already lacking with 1 minute 15 remaining.
Tricks are left up the Eruption sleeve. May not have anticipated Inferno to see play so early, but they're going to have to dive deep into the strat book to make this one work. Smoke lined up for a bit of pressure over towards the archers. It is a two-man setup for Rare Adam. They need to clear their close cubby, and Kazi's going to try and draw attention away. First kill for Mercury is easy. Dobu exposed and in those flames, and Molly does spread slightly. Flash there, but wasn't expecting Fury so close. Kazi can stop his transition through CT, and that might have been the only way back into this round. 30 seconds and no utility creeping the B smoke.
Isaiah first contact, doesn't even matter. Advent called into play. Does actually fall through the wayside. Shinobi tries to wrap. Ruins big kill. Round open up. Coolish needs to get this bomb down. He's going to plant safe behind first oranges. Kaze could actually spam this if he suspects this plant. And with JamYoung so fast in from Banana, Shinobi's not peeking coffins anymore. Smoke on the ruins from JamYoung. It's not going to make any difference. Kaze left alone. Money isn't great for this CT side. He thinks better and he's going to save it. Eruption stay alive. Wow. What a round.
A complete save there from Shinobi. So many kills, critical ones at that, going into B. And when he performed that wrap, as soon as he brought it to 2-on-2, you said it just opened up the round completely for Eruption. They'll bring it over the line. They'll stop Rare Adam from getting to 15 so quickly. And they finally break the ice. It was a rough time. Sure, pistol round looked good, but these following rifles have not seemed as stellar.
Bit of a car boot sale buy. Not too bad. As long as we get these nades onto the B players, starting 3B this time. As Kaze goes to join his teammates. Let's see if they choose anything aggressive. It looks like Kaze's just seeing there's some extra nades, so extra set for these B players. And actually Kaze's going to stick around in towards CT. Advent lining up a retake set. Well, for now, I guess, is more primed in case a rush was in, but it's not going to be slow and steady from Eruption.
Probably the most spread start we've seen so far from them on this T side. They've been working together in getting control of territory, and they will regroup. But they were expecting Rare Adam to be a bit more in their face. So covered every avenue of attack. Now brackets will be the focus. This is a crossfire built for Rare Adam, but the utility that they're lining up should help break it down. No flashes. No, nothing. That's deep flashes. Deep smoke. They just... Oh, they're going to get caught by Mercury. First kill, and there's the trade right back there from JamYoung. Spacing is broken here for Eruption, and the bomb not going to go alongside it all the way into the AWP of Kaze. That's a critical find. 4-on-2, and that smoke just blooming at their feet. I don't know that they can have any other option. Fury's gone. Coolest, a 1-on-4 needed, and Rare Adam are looking to dial in a 15th. They fall right into the trap.
7 chances now. Eruption. That was a bad time to call it. Went for a fake apps pop. And then tried to contact into mid. And ready and waiting. Ready and waiting. Rare Adam, do not budge. Do not move. Do not allow entry. And now 7 chances. 7 chances to make Melbourne. Rare Adam won international tournament last year. That was Valencia. Denied conference off the back of visa issues, and now they're 5 kills away from playing at Challenger Melbourne. Pro League, of course, to come first, but the more international tournaments, the better. And they're looking like a team that can take it to those international competition.
Flawless start. Advent over the smoke. Fury gone. And Dobu low. Advent given over utility, but they're giving up that control. This buy is piss poor here from Eruption, but they had to scramble to get anything together. Yami's one rifle will find nothing on his lurk, and he's been called back. Or has he? All the way? Yeah. Not sure how you build a round out of this. Smokes are available here for Eruption, but just not enough flashbangs to force them back. Advent still jiggle peeking over a banana, and again they're just going to hope that they're forcing rotates here on Rare Adam. For A. Yami will show some presence, but bomb making its way over B. Advent missed the timing, but I think he starts to hear the steps, so smoke to be deployed. 35, and that smoke is going to chew off 15 more.
No flashbang to commit through this. Mosea's close. Here's a flash himself as Advent tucks into new box. There's 2 smokes, one for CT, one for coils. And they've just got to go. Here we are. Front side smoke. Deep CT. They want to do a ruins wrap as Advent behind new box. Player jumping over the top. Shinobi. That's the bomb hitting the ground. 2 players left. 1 player left. Just Yami. And Rare Adam do it. They qualify for Challenger Melbourne. And what a way to end it in style. They were brilliant today. They absolutely deserve that spot.
Yeah, they looked perfect out the gate, and I think that was a real concern when we came into this game for the Eruption guys because of such a tumultuous back and forth, scrappy affair with Lin Vision earlier on. Now Rare Adam kind of put them in their place, and they were the firm favorites. I think even coming as far as all the 4 teams we had, Rare Adam were the ones we were looking at to